I mean, what do you think fruits are made for? So the OG social media forager, Alexis Nicole, the Black Forager, she just posted about someone commenting something like, leave some for the wildlife, you're stealing from them when you forage. And she had a great take on that, and I wanted to put in my 2 cents on the matter, which is that foragers can actually have really beneficial effects on the plants upon which they forage. The wide distribution of many plants owe their existence to their spreading by the indigenous peoples of North America who have been eating them for thousands of years as they move around the continent. For example, Nelumbo lutea, American lotus, we know that that has a wide distribution just because it's been eaten and spread around. Same with many prunus species. Prunus angustifolia is one of them, and probably more than we'll ever know owe their distribution to it. I mean, what do you think fruits are made for? Fruits are made for animals to eat and spread them about. Now, we do have a problem with modern day septic systems where people aren't necessarily redistributing the seeds, but you know, a lot of seeds you don't really want to eat anyway. So this is my solution to it, and I recommend this for anyone who forages it. I always have a little canister that I carry with me. In it, well, this one's almost empty, but this is Texas persimmon seeds and Anacua seeds. I usually have more, but this is just what I have left in this one. And I'll take these and I'll spread it back out into the habitats in which I forage them, or which I know these plants grow. I've noticed that these Anacua plants, they like to grow along little cliffs like this right here. So I'm gonna spread these around. There's like no Anacua in this whole area here, but hopefully we can get some. I'll spread these Texas persimmons around, and there we go. Hopefully that'll help the population. And I do that with all the plants that I forage. I always have a huge pile of many different species of seeds. Some of them you need to put in like some vinegar or orange juice to mimic the stomach acidity, which a lot of seed coats might need to germinate. So I do that also. I'll just put them in a vinegar bath for a while and then take them out and then spread them. But it's very easy to do, and one of many ways in which foragers can encourage the health of the populations upon which they forage. And another just fundamental philosophical thing is valuation. And people don't save what they don't value. And there's a reason why hunters are the #1 supporters of conservation in the US and North America, both financially and politically by their votes. And it's because they value wildlands. And if more people valued wildlands simply for plants, which are more accessible in small areas like city parks. So if we had a bunch of people who were interested in foraging, we would have a base of people who would be interested in conservation by its very nature. And you know, there is a problem with it not being quite well regulated, and I think that there should be a system of regulation in place similar to the game system of Parks and Wildlife or whatever your state has. Or, you know, it says how much you can gather of each species and what the seasons are. And then you would have a permit, a forager permit, and something very accessible and easy, and those permits will go to conservation. It's the exact same model as hunting. We need to have that for foraging. And I know Tim, the Minnesota forager, is working with legislators up there to have such a thing for his state, and I applaud him for that, and I think that we need people doing that in every state. So, someone in Texas, do that for me. I don't want to do it, but you know, someone needs to. Maybe I will. All right, take it easy, y'all.